Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking onto this video, and please don't forget to subscribe before you leave. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing something completely different that I've never done on my channel before. I'm going to be giving you guys a tour of my beauty room. This is also the room that I primarily film in and where I store my entire makeup collection, and I want to go through each and every drawer, each and everything with you guys and break down my entire collection. So if you'd like to see my beauty room and a breakdown of my entire makeup collection, then please keep watching. Alright guys, this is my beauty room. It's very quaint and simple, but I absolutely love it. It is literally just a room in my house that I've dedicated to my filming and my makeup. And being a mom of one, it's so nice to be able to have a little place to escape to whenever I just feeling stressed or anything. Absolutely love that. So let's start with the backdrop. So this backdrop, I've gotten a lot of questions in the past about it. This was made actually by my sister and I. We hand glued each and every one of these plastic roses to pretty much a fiber board that we picked up at Michael's. And I love the way it looks. I love that this is my backdrop. I'm never planning on changing it. I feel like it's a signature here on my channel. And if you guys were ever curious about my lights, I will have absolutely everything linked down below in case you're curious about anything. I love when YouTubers do that because I often find myself curious. Half of what I've found is off of watching other people. So I use two newer lights. These are videography lights. I also use a ring light, and that is called a Diva ring light. I've had it for years and years and years. I used to be deeply into photography, so I definitely have a ton of equipment that I now use for my YouTube. Before moving on, I just want to show you quickly my little shrine I have going here. I'm calling this my Bloodlust shrine. I'm absolutely in love with when Jeffree comes out with collections. I love displaying them, especially this one. It's so bright and purple and spring, and I love it. All right, guys, let's jump into the good stuff. Let's get into my drawers. All right, guys, let's start with the first drawer. These, by the way, are the Alex drawers from IKEA, the ones every YouTuber has. They're just honestly so good for makeup storage. Okay, so this is primarily where I keep my liquid highlights, my loose highlights, and my eye tools. And by that, I mean mascaras, anything that has to do with brows, as well as my liners. So let me just highlight a few items for you. This is my Hollywood Flawless Filter by Charlotte Tilbury. I never really got along with this product for whatever reason. I didn't like the way it made my skin look super textured. People use this in a ton of different ways, whether it's underneath their makeup or as a highlight on top of their makeup. But for me, it's not a super duper favorite. I do definitely want to give it more tries because it was so freaking expensive. But yeah, guys, let's jump into something else. This actually is relatively new to my collection. This is the Hollywood Beauty Light Wand by, again, Charlotte Tilbury. A lovely friend of mine got this for me, and I absolutely am so excited to learn how to use it. I tried it once, but I didn't properly blend it out. It looked absolutely terrifying, so definitely planning on trying more of that out. And then this, guys, this is so underrated. This is the Kaja Beauty Cheeky Blush Stamp. This is a liquid blush. Guys, this is absolutely beautiful. I know when you hear the word liquid blush, you get kind of scared. You're like, oh, I don't want to put that on my face. I'm gonna look like a clown. Absolutely not. This gives you the most beautiful flush to your cheeks while giving you like this underlying glow. It's absolutely beautiful, guys. Love using this guy in the summer. And let's move on to a few of my favorite eyebrow products. So guys, as you can tell here, in terms of for eyebrows, I'm pretty much a Benefit junkie. I love their brow products. I think they're freaking amazing. The Precisely My Brow Pencil is absolutely amazing. I always go in with this and then I finish it off with the powder. Now, a few of my favorite mascaras. So my most favorite is the Milk Makeup Kush Mascara. I absolutely love this. It's a forever go-to for me. I wanted to give this one a try, so I used my Sephora points to get it. This is the Hourglass Caution Mascara. It's not necessarily one of my favorites, but I mean, I do keep it in here. Now, the reason why these are both minis, I personally really prefer to buy mini mascaras. I feel like they just perform better, they last better, they don't dry out in the tube like you can normally find with the larger sizes. So yeah, guys, I really love getting mini mascaras. I highly suggest you guys try, especially when you want to try a new formula. Why not dip in with a mini instead of spending the full amount for a large size? Now, just to touch on these loose highlights. Now, I'm not a giant fan of loose highlights because they are very messy. They tend to spill everywhere when you open them. But when I travel, I don't like to take pressed highlights with me because I find that they're very, very breakable, and I definitely hate when that happens and it spills all over your makeup bag and the rest of the stuff you packed. So I love traveling with a loose highlight. These are the Kylie loose highlighters here. I have it in shade Santorini as well as Fiji. I love, love, love this formula. It's absolutely super beautiful, especially for a vacation glow. This is, yikes, the Jaclyn Cosmetics Balm Loose Highlighter. Let's just say it's not very balm. Absolutely not a favorite of mine. Now here is where I keep my lip scrubs. So I love the lip scrubs from Lush. This one is new to my collection. This is what I got in a mystery box. This has been so lovely to use so far. I've been really enjoying that. And moving on to here, so guys, as you know, if you watch my channel, I'm pretty much a die-hard Shape Tape user, but this is the NARS Matte Complete Concealer. I love using this for concealing things on my face. Sometimes I feel like the Tarte Shape Tape's a little bit drying for on the face, a little bit more noticeable, whereas this one just really blends so nicely in with your skin and just conceals whatever you're trying to. So I really, really love that. If you find that the Tarte Shape Tape is a little bit too drying for you, as a lot of people in my comments have said, definitely try this one. I think it's a little bit more emollient, so you would enjoy that. And guys, I just want to finally touch upon these. These are my absolute favorite setting sprays. So first we have here the Urban Decay All Nighter. I love, love, love this guy. I've used it since I started using setting sprays, and I don't ever plan on stopping. There's just something very, very special about this formula. It really makes your makeup last. And this guy here, this is the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. The reason why I really love this one is because of the aerosol spray. It's so lovely. It just coats your face evenly and perfectly, and if it wasn't for that, I'm not crazy about the formula. I just love the aerosol spray. And let's move on to the next drawer. Okay guys, this is my second drawer. This is primarily where I keep my face powders, my translucents, as well as my liquid shadows. So this here is the Jeffree Star Cosmetics translucent powder. You guys have seen it if you watch my channel here in my tutorials. This is my Peach Perfect Too Faced setting powder. I also really, really love this guy. I usually put a strip of this underneath my contour just to clean up the line there. I really like the way that one performs. These are all Maybelline Fit Me loose powders. I don't know why, guys. I had some obsessive phase where I was obsessed with this face powder, so I have it in a bunch of different shades. These are little minis of the Laura Mercier powder. Again, when I travel, I don't like taking giant things with me because I have to take so much. So these little things are absolutely amazing. They always last for an entire trip, and I just refill them. This here is a Ofra Feeling Myself highlighter palette. Guys, when I first started getting into highlight, Ofra was my absolute favorite. I just reached for it 24/7. This is so cute. It has Blissful, Pillow Talk, and Rodeo Drive, and I really, really love these. I didn't reach for it as much as I liked, but I do love having these in my collection. So these here are my Stila Glitter and Glows. I absolutely love them. I feel like they complete so many eye looks. I could go on and on about them, guys. If you were ever curious about these are a wonderful formula to work with in terms of with a glitter. This is the iconic Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter. So I try to use this as often as possible. I feel like it applies a little bit not patchy, but not even, so it's a lot harder to work with than the Stila Glitter and Glow. So I definitely reach for those instead when I want a glitter look. So guys, these here, I don't know if you've ever heard of them. These are Tarte Chrome paint pots. They are so lovely. So I have 3 shades here. I love them, guys. They are so beautiful on your eyelid. Let me just quickly swatch one here for you. Honestly, it's to die for. You have to be really careful because it's kind of crumbly. This is the shade Beach Bay, guys, just to show you briefly just how impactful these are. These are so beautiful. They are very expensive because you're just getting one and it's one shade, but guys, you will not regret these. They give you the type of pop you really want out of a shimmer. Then we have here, guys, I don't know if you can see this. This is such beautiful packaging. These are, again, Tarte Chrome paint pots. And they are lovely. They have these different colors here. These are some press-on glitters that are so beautiful. So I love this. I'm keeping this mostly because look at that packaging. I mean, Come on. And then we have here the iconic Patrick Star setting powder. This was so well received when he had dropped it. Guys, I really don't reach for it that often. I find it kind of thick and it kind of makes me look cakey in terms of for a translucent. Definitely have other favorites that I reach for, but thought I would show this anyway because it was so iconic when it came out. And let's move on to the next drawer. All right, guys, this is my foundation, concealer, and primer drawer. So we have tons of my favorites here. Let's start with our concealers. So I have two different colors of Shape Tape, one for my summer shade and one from my regular time shade. Then we have here the Jeffree Star concealer. I love this. This is in shade C7, so it's way, way, way too light for me, but I do love it. Then we have here the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. This is in a stark white shade. Now I love this for when I'm cutting my crease or when I do really colorful looks. It really makes everything just pop. And then as per usual, guys, I don't need to get into how much I absolutely love my Tarte Shape Tape. So this is my Armani Luminous Silk. I'm literally obsessed with this. It's my #1 favorite foundation. It's very, very expensive and I do go through it very fast. I have two shades. One is my summer shade and one is my current shade, which is my winter shade. Then we have here, I have 3 different bottles. I'm just gonna pull out one. So we have here the Dior Forever foundation. Now, I am so upset. This used to be my absolute go-to, but they reformulated and it is not the same at all. So this is a giant full bottle that I probably won't end up using unless I run out of my Armani and I'm in a bind. I can't see myself reaching for this again. It's just not the same. Freaking hate when companies do that. All right, now this is relatively new to my collection. This is the Tarte Double Duty Beauty Shape Tape foundation. So I really wanted to give this a try. I'm such a giant fan of Shape Tape, so I thought, why not give it a try? It might be really good. It is really nice. I feel like it's a little too orange for me. And guys, if you want full coverage, like, wow, I don't think I've ever had something this full coverage. This is, I spoke too soon. You want full coverage? Use the Urban Decay All-Nighter foundation, guys. It is almost like putting on a mask though. I do not reach for this very often, not for me anymore. It is super, super light, so sometimes I'll do a drop of it in my foundation if I find my foundation is too dark. Other than that though, not usually reaching for that guy. These are my Hourglass foundations. So these are, I'm sure you guys have heard of them. They're the Vanish Stick foundations. Super, super pricey, very gorgeous. If you have aging skin and you find a lot of foundations are just sitting in your lines, this is beautiful. It's a little bit more emollient because it is a stick foundation, so it just glides on. It's really, really user friendly. I love it, and it does help with aging skin just because it is more emollient. It doesn't really highlight your lines or anything like that. And let's move on to our primers. So if you watch this channel, you know I mention this one all the time. This is my Milk Makeup Hydro Primer. Love this guy. It is so good for when you want your makeup to stick. You don't want it to move for the day, reach for this. Now, this is my Laura Mercier foundation primer. This is a hydrating primer. I would say this guy is like a cream. So when I feel like my skin is super, super dry, I love reaching in with this. The last primer I want to talk about is my Dr. Brandt Pores No More. Guys, if you have an issue with pores, this is wonderful. It does such a lovely job of filling your pores as well as providing a barrier for your skin. If you find that makeup constantly breaks you out, this is going to really help you because it creates a barrier where you're not getting infiltrated with all that dirt and grime from the foundation going into your skin. And for me, it really helps when I'm breaking out to keep those breakouts at bay and to help blur everything over. Now, there are also eye primers in here. I'm just going to talk about 2 very briefly. First, I want to talk about the Louise Base Pro. Guys, this was so freaking hyped up. I literally fell right into it. I ordered it and paid in pounds. Like, I was so excited to try this. Honestly, I'm not really sold on it. I don't know if I didn't give it enough of a try, but I'm not super sold on it. I definitely want to dip in with it more. What do you guys think? Like, have you guys tried the Louise Base? Let me know. Did you enjoy it more than I did? And then another great eye primer I have, this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills eye primer. So this one is also really, really lovely. But guys, the number one eye primer I reach for is forever and always my Tarte Shape Tape. I will never not reach for this for priming my eye. Just nothing performs like it. Like I could say it till I'm dead, nothing performs like it. And that's pretty much it for this drawer, except for this little cute compartment here. So this is where I keep all my mini lipsticks. Now guys, I used to have some sick obsession. I don't know if you remember, but back in the day, Sephora used to always do these things where they're like, spend this much and you'll get a free gift. And I was addicted to that. So this is a mini Tom Ford, a mini Brianna. Do I ever reach in here? No. Was it a waste of my time? Yes. All right, let's move on to the next drawer. All right, guys, so this is the drawer that I keep all of my non-Jeffree Star eyeshadows in. I also have some that are on my desk, and we will go through everything on my desk after. These, as you can see, are the Anastasia Beverly Hills shadow palettes that I own. I do love them. Not my favorite formula, though. There's also this Dominique Cosmetics Latte palette. Guys, this is so, so pretty. It's pretty well loved, as you can see here. I did definitely reach in for it a good amount of times, but it's not something I reach for over my Jeffree stuff, duh. And then here we have a colossal waste of money. This was actually featured in a video I did of the top 5 products I purchased from Sephora that I absolutely regret purchasing. This was one of them. This is a Pat McGrath palette. This is the Sublime Bronze palette. This was a whopping $75 and I've reached for it maybe 4 times. Guys, the shimmers in here, for whatever reason, they literally do not stick on the eyelid. They fall all in my eyelashes, all over my black liner, and I absolutely hate it anytime I use this shadow, so I don't. And then here, guys, this is so, so special to me, this palette. This is the Flamingo Violet Voss palette. So guys, before I bought any Jeffree, this was the first palette I ever purchased that had a ton of color in it. I was so proud of myself for being able to dive into color, and this was the first guy that I went with, and I loved it while I had it. Not comparable to my Jeffree shadows naturally, but I honestly love it. And that's pretty much it for this drawer. Let's move on to the stuff you've been waiting for. Let's move on to the good stuff. This is where I keep my Jeffree palettes. Now, don't come for me in the comments, guys. If it was up to me, these would all be displayed out in my room, but because of the shape of them and because I just don't have the proper storing device, I just pretty much keep them in this drawer. They do deserve better because they're my baby angels, but whatever. So yeah, guys, this is pretty much where I keep all of my palettes. As you can see, we have the Blood Babies, we have Jawbreaker, we have Mini Controversy, we have Mini Breaker, we have my new baby Alien. Thank you so much, Tammy. Again, I will say it until I'm dead. Thank you so much. We have Thirsty here and Jawbreaker. Let's just, as if we need to see it again, but let's just take a look. Love, love, love this palette. Love this little drawer here. And let's move on. This drawer is where I keep all of my extras. I don't know why, this drawer literally gets me so excited. So I'm just gonna briefly touch on what's in here. So I have here a extra beauty blender. So this was the Jewel edition. I don't know why they did this. I found it weird. Any collection they do is strange, but I mean, how many times can you put a spin on a beauty blender, right? So here I have a backup Urban Decay setting spray. Like I said, this is my go-to and I'm obsessed with it. I also have a backup Morphe setting spray, of course. Then I have right now on tap one Sephora waterproof brush tip liner. I have this brush, which I don't know why is here and not where my brushes are. And then I have obviously 3 Tarte Shape Tapes here lined up. This is a Buxom lip gloss, guys. This is one of my absolute favorites. It's in the shade White Russian. It's so, so beautiful. I highly recommend if you're looking for an amazing gloss. This is my absolute favorite. Then we have here a Supreme Frost. Love, love, love. We have a giant Skin Frost. The only reason this is not on display is because it's so big that I just don't have anything that it fits in. Have a backup Fenty Beauty Sunstalker bronzer. Love, love, love this. I literally can't get enough of it. I'm about to hit pan in the one I have, so I always like to keep backups of my favorite stuff. You never know what's gonna get discontinued, and I just refuse to live that kind of life. Then we have here, oh guys, this is the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Airbrush Finish Powder. Guys, there is nothing more beautiful than this powder. It's my forever go-to. The only downside is that it's wildly expensive and it does not last long at all. It's heartbreaking, but I love this guy. This is a Tatcha Silk Canvas. I purchased this, used it once and never really liked it, so I'm just keeping it in this drawer because I don't know what to do with it. And yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for the backup drawer. We have, of course, a Milk mascara. We have a Benefit Foolproof brow powder. If you ever don't feel like doing your brows, you want to just quickly touch them up, guys, this is your go-to. You will not regret using it. It takes 5 minutes versus, for me, 20 to do my brows with a pencil. So I love this guy for when I'm in a rush. I also use it as a lock-in for when I've used a pencil. It just really helps that pigment to stay locked in on your brow and not move for the day. So love this. And let's move on to the next drawer. Okay, guys, this is also one of my absolute favorite drawers. This is the lash drawer. So I recently did a video on my favorite Lily lashes. I did a try on. I will link that here in case you guys missed it, but this is my lash drawer. So these are empty because I'm currently wearing them. Guys, I love my Lily lashes. Love the Duo glue. I used to use this glue here. This is the House of Lashes glue. I just keep it on tap for emergencies now. It's a little bit too sticky for me, but when I have those corners that just will not stick down, this is my go-to. So yeah, I keep an extra of that on tap. These are my utensils. Pluck my eyebrows with only Tweezerman tweezers. I'm literally obsessed with them. And then, like I mentioned in my lash video, this is my velour lash applicator. It completely changed my life. It changed my lash application game. Guys, I literally could not apply a lash before I bought this tool. I'm obsessed with it. And another thing I wanted to mention, I've never actually mentioned these on my channel. These are called Kiss lashes, guys. These are so beautiful for when you don't want to go too crazy with a Lily lash. These are in the style Pompadour. They look absolutely demure and beautiful on your eye. Such a nice, natural, sultry look. Way better than your natural lashes without being as, you know, giant as a Lily lash. So yeah, guys, that is my lash drawer. All right, guys, let's move on to the next drawer. So I call this my graveyard drawer. This is all old makeup that I literally don't know what to do with. I don't know whether to throw it out. I don't have the heart, but I also don't really use it. So it just kind of lives here in this drawer. So a few things I want to talk about. First is this. This is my Naked 2 Urban Decay palette. The reason why I'm holding on to this is because it has a little bit of sentimental value to me. It's my absolute first palette that I ever purchased. And yeah, guys, I literally do not like this. I've depotted the few shades here that I did enjoy, but I am not a giant fan of the Urban Decay formula or their quality. It's just not for me, but because it was my first palette ever, I had to keep it. Another thing I wanted to talk about, guys, so this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Cream Contour Kit. Guys, I don't know if you remember, but contouring was so big at a certain period of time. I can honest to God say I do not do it anymore. So I do not reach for this, but I think it's important to keep it on hand if that trend ever comes back or if I ever do need it. So this guy lives in here as well, and dun dun dun, this guy lives here as well, guys. I do not like this palette. I don't like the formula, aside from the fact that I just simply don't like Jaclyn anymore. I don't like this formula. I don't think it's nice. It's not something I reach for, and I'm wildly regretful of purchasing it. But it was a ton of money, so I don't know whether to, I don't know what to do with it, so I just keep it in here. I also make sure I keep lots of makeup wipes on hand. This is for when I mess up an eye look, mess up a liner, whatever. Always like to keep these on hand to help with my makeup game. And the last item I want to talk about in this makeup graveyard drawer is the Kylie Cosmetics wet set. Now, I don't know why, but I was freaking in love with this formula. I don't know if I'm just turned off of her or her brand in general, but I do not reach for this anymore, and it's a ton of money. I'm gonna say about $68 American, wild. But I don't reach for this anymore, and it's just not a favorite, so it lives in the graveyard drawer. Okay guys, so I just want to briefly touch on this drawer. This is the drawer where I keep all of my sample makeup that you know when you place an order and they send a bunch of samples, I tend to keep those. I'm a little bit of a hoarder, like I mentioned. So this is for my sample makeup, as well as all of my travel bags for when I travel to store my makeup in. All right, guys, this is my little lipstick corner, I like to call it. So like I mentioned, I used to be a giant Kylie Cosmetics fan, so there is about 40 liquid lipsticks here. I usually like to store them upside down like this because I have so many. I like to be able to read the names without having to stifle through everything to try to find the names. I also have my bullet lipsticks here. I usually use a MAC bullet lipstick. I have one Jeffree Star lipstick that I'm literally obsessed with. This is in the shade Celebrity Skin. And then this is one more Kylie one that I've literally never even used once. And that is pretty much it for the lipsticks. All right, guys, this is where I like to store the palettes on my desk. Now, this does not necessarily denote the ones that I most reach for. This is just a little compartment that I purchased from By Allegory, by the way, guys. Any of the Lucite storing items that you see were all purchased from By Allegory. I will have them linked down below. I especially love that one I just showed you for the liquid lipstick because it's so much higher up. I find that it really helps to store the lipsticks. Usually on the market, what you'll find is those smaller ones, and those are better for bullet lipsticks, but when you try to put a liquid lipstick in there, it just knocks right over. So I love the size of those By Allegory liquid lipstick holders. And yeah, guys, a few of my palettes that I want to talk about. So these are the Natasha Denona palettes that I have. So this is the Biba palette, and this is the Gold palette. I love these guys. Guys, Natasha Denona is wildly expensive, don't get me wrong, but wow, it's beautiful. In terms of for my neutrals, I never reach for anything else. I love these. Jeffree Star, I more go for my colors and my brights, but my neutrals, I really love this. Two other palettes I really love in terms of for neutrals are the Too Faced Just Peachy Mattes, as well as the Tartelette Toasted palette. Both of these are so beautiful, and I still find myself reaching for them. They're some of the first palettes I ever purchased, but I absolutely love them enough to still keep them in this primary spot. So that should tell you something. And then there's just a few face palettes here. These are my Hourglass face palettes. This is my blush face palette, and this one I usually use for bronzer or highlight. So definitely love those guys. So guys, this is pretty much my brush section here. So right here, I like to store all of my dirty brushes. I don't like to mix them up with the clean ones. If you want to go into detail about my brushes, I have posted a video all about that. I will link that up here in case you're interested. I go in depth about all my favorite brushes. So I'm definitely not going to talk about that today, but these are all of my brushes here. Yes, I'm a hoarder. I don't want to hear it. Don't at me. I have a lot of brushes. It's one of my addictions is makeup brushes. I literally can't get enough of them. Before we skip through this section, I wanted to talk about this stuff here. This is the Refresh Daily Clean. Sephora sent me this, and guys, I cannot tell you how much great use I've got out of this. This is lovely. It doesn't have any alcohol in it, so it doesn't disrupt the natural fibers of your brush. It will not damage your brush, and it cleans so well without me having to deep clean my brushes, which I have been having to do lately. Absolutely love this Daily Clean Refresh brush cleaner. All right, guys, let's talk about my compacts now. This lovely 3-tiered holder here. This is also from By Allegory. I absolutely love it. I hate when my makeup is stacked on top of each other. So just being able to clearly see the items I have is so lovely, especially when you want to play around, pick different things for the day. You just go through and you're like, whoop, I'll take you for today. You know what I mean? Absolutely lovely. I mentioned this before. This is my Fenty Beauty Sunstalker bronzer. I absolutely love it. Forever a go-to. Again, I mentioned this. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Airbrush Powder. This, guys, woo! This is a Supreme Frost. This is in the shade Caramel Kiss. Guys, I don't know if the camera is picking this up, but god damn, that is a gorgeous formula. And then a few here. I already touched on the Foolproof Brow Powder. Love, everybody's gotta love an OG. This is the MAC Studio Fix. This was the first ever foundation I used because that's what my mom used. Love this guy for touch-ups. I still definitely use it. Another last thing I want to talk about in here, this is the Benefit Cookie Highlight. Guys, this was so hyped up, so amped up. Can I tell you that I don't like it? Like, I literally don't like it. It doesn't look good on my skin. It's like too bright or like textury or something. Not for me, but it's so cute, so I keep it on display. And the OG, the Amrezy Highlight. Guys, wow. I know so many of you have this. It's so beautiful. Still definitely reach for it. Very unique, lovely formula. And let's move on to my lip liners. Okay guys, these are all of my lip liners. Boom, I have so many. Most of them, I'm gonna say 90% of them are Kylie Cosmetics liners. And guys, I've ranted and raved about this before, but I'm gonna insert a picture here. The literal product falls out of it. They're so annoying to use. I'm so pissed off that I have so many of them, but I'm not gonna be wasteful. I'm definitely gonna get through all of these before I start delving into a different brand. But yeah, guys, these are all my lip liners. I have some MAC ones. I have one Errant Jeffree one. Definitely don't like this. I don't like the formula of this. It's not my favorite. And I have a few Makeup Forever ones. And let's move on to the glosses. So I do have several glosses here. These are the two that came in the mystery box, guys. These are lovely. Ugh, love the formula. Packaging is gorgeous. This is that buxom lip gloss I mentioned. I absolutely love it. It's in the shade White Russian. Few honorable mentions. So this is the Kaja lip jelly. This is so pretty, guys. I absolutely love it. Sephora actually sent it to me. This is the Dominique Cosmetics Lemonade lip gloss. Another absolutely lovely formula. Love the way it smells. Love everything about it. And this, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this. This is a NARS Velvet Lip Glide. It's such a unique, different, and lovely formula. It's kind of a hybrid between a matte lipstick and a gloss. It's what would be right in between that. I love what it adds to looks when I add it into my lip looks. And also, if you have butthole lips, if you know, it really helps just take that off. And this little compartment here, this is where I keep my Jeffree mirrors. So I absolutely love them. I have 4 right now. The crown is at the shrine area. And then, like I've mentioned before in my videos, this is a Easy AC fan. Whenever I do my setting spray, I love completing everything with this fan. I feel like it just locks everything in and makes it look pristine and perfect. Love that. Highly suggest. Okay guys, this is another little lipstick compartment I have here. Yes, I have way too much makeup. Don't judge me. So this is where I keep my Jeffree Star Cosmetics liquid lips. I absolutely love them. I wish I had more of them, but because I was previously into the Kylie, I didn't purchase so much of the Jeffree ones. But guys, I am planning to. As you know, I have a bit of an obsession. Back here, I won't mention, these are the Jaclyn Hill lipsticks. For someone who really says how much they dislike Jaclyn Hill, I have a lot of her stuff. That pisses me off. Anyways, these are the lipsticks. They're actually a really nice formula, but I don't want to go into them too much since you can't buy them anymore. And then I have a few randos here. So I have the Fenty Beauty lip paint. I have a Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lip, which is actually the ultimate king of butthole lips. Like, this is way too dry, so I don't really use it. Love the color though. And then guys, this gets an honorable mention. This is something I just recently discovered. I was up at 3 a.m. Some random BuzzFeed article came up. This is a mascara for your hair. Now, it's not necessarily a mascara, as more of a flyaway tamer. Guys, this is so freaking cool. So it literally comes on this mascara looking spoolie type thing. You brush it onto where you have flyaways, guys, and without making it oily or disgusting, for however reason, it just tames them right down. This has been such a pleasant discovery. I think it was $3. Unfortunately, it's from China, so I don't know how long we can get it again, but I do love this. Thought I would just throw that little mention in there. All right, guys, now 2 things that get honorable mention that I forgot to talk about. This is my Z palette. This is filled with all of my favorite singles. Now, about 80% of these are Anastasia Beverly Hills singles. These 4 shadows here are from an indie brand called Touch of Glam Beauty. Guys, these are absolutely unbelievably gorgeous. Love them. These 3 here get definite honorable mention. These are my Chaos Makeup beautiful, gorgeous duochrome shadows. Guys, there is literally nothing I've ever tried in the market like these 3. They were wildly expensive, but I literally am in love with them. So the next item I wanted to talk about, this I actually also purchased from By Allegory. This is a holder for your beauty blenders. Now, I think a lot of people underestimate how important it is to keep your beauty blenders clean. This coming from someone who has absolutely disgusting stained beauty blenders, but I love when I do wash my beauty blenders to put them in here, and because they're not touching anything, they're not enclosed by anything. It really allows them to dry without having any additional bacteria. It's a really great and cleanly way to store your beauty blenders. And again, I purchased this at By Allegory. Guys, that's pretty much it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I truly hope you enjoyed taking this tour of my beauty room. I hope you enjoyed learning about my makeup collection. Guys, it's taken me years and years and years to accrue all this makeup, but I can truly say it is my passion. It's my love. I love my makeup, and I know you love your makeup too. And yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to leave me a comment down below. Did you see anything you want me to elaborate on? What did you think of this style of video? It's not something I typically do for my channel, so I'd love to hear some feedback from you guys if you like this style and content. And yeah, guys, please don't forget to give this video a like if you like this style of video. And please don't forget to subscribe. It really helps me out when you guys subscribe. And I will catch you on the next video. Bye, guys!